Hello, viewers. This is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I did a reading yesterday on Trump and does he care about what is obviously the result of his divisive rhetoric. During that reading, his daughter Ivanka Trump came up in relation to her conversion to Judaism as a result of marrying Jared Kushner. There was also a connection, with the Mueller probe as well. So I want to explore, what is coming up in Ivanka Trump's near future, because I feel that there is something coming up there, and I can't put my finger on it. It's bothered me enough to come back to the reading from yesterday. It's whether does she feel restricted? Is she going to move on? Is she going to leave? Is there going to be an announcement after the midterms, perhaps, that she and Jared are leaving the White House? Is there any connection with the Mueller probe? How has the events in Pittsburgh impacted on her? Is there indeed, is her position threatened in any way? I'll try and keep my bias out of the reading, because I'm not a fan of Ivanka Trump's. I'm certainly not a fan of Jared Kushner's. But I just want to suspend all that and just ask, what is coming up for Ivanka Trump in the near future? I just want to drill down a little bit. What is coming up for Ivanka Trump in the future? Let me see if I can get anything when I call forth my guides. I actually see that she's I don't know why, but she's actually very, very upset. And I'm not just talking about she's crying. I mean, she's actually distraught. She's pacing. She's full of anxiety. She is also breaking down. She's extremely anxious or upset about something. What is it? Is it something to do with the Mueller probe? Is it something that... Yeah. Look, there has been... I'm just seeing her picking up a sword, the sword of truth. And it's like it's from a Civil War soldier. She's picking the sword up, the sword of truth. There has been talk that Ivanka may have been giving evidence to Mueller. Look, is it that? There's certainly, in those cards, there was loss and heartbreak indicated for Donald Trump around Ivanka Trump. So let's just see what is coming up for Ivanka Trump in the near future. Ivanka Trump. What is coming up for Ivanka Trump? It's sort of like, okay, I'm sort of thinking that there may be something she's trying to hide. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Knight of Wands again is, reflecting, this soldier coming forward. It would seem that this, as I said, this card often refers to Mueller. There's a victory card in the middle, so it could be that she has turned over some evidence to the Mueller investigation in some way. Whatever it is, it's extremely top secret. And this is the card of the Four of Wands, of nostalgia and homecoming. So to me, this suggests that she is going to be leaving the White House in the future, perhaps after the midterms. She's going back to New York. Okay, she's going back to happier and better times. Yeah. Okay. So this is what it seems to be connected with, that she's been speaking with Mueller, and that Mueller probe, uh, whatever she has said, will lead in some way to a breakthrough for him. Uh, it seems like she's going to be leaving the White House and going home in the near future. And just in terms of the Mueller, the Knight of Wands, she's done this to protect her children. Um, this is the giving and the receiving of help, and it's also loans and debts. So in some way, she's paid a debt off, that giving this evidence or speaking with Mueller has enabled her to cut a deal. And she's done that for her children. Okay, the sword of justice and victory. Okay. Now I'm getting some real validation coming here. This is to do with the Mueller probe. Her evidence has given Mueller a breakthrough. This is justice, okay? And here is the sword. Here is her picking up the sword. Okay, she is enabling, she is helping justice in some way to occur. But when I saw her, she is absolutely bereft. Okay, and the five of wands is, this challenges and obstacles. It's also rivalries. Okay, so this is why she's coming home, because there was just too many obstacles for her in DC. Too much, I guess, rivalry, but challenges. This whole, her father's presidency has really, what's the word? It has made her vulnerable as much as it's made other members of his family. It's created this vulnerability, and this would indicate that they are indeed arguing amongst themselves. This is really all too much for her. Too much is being revealed. This could be also related to the news that that the Trump family were the middlemen pitching these unscrupulous businesses, I guess, and companies and products to investors. Too much is being revealed for her. There is too much pressure. So the Three of Pentacles in the past, it's been this this teamwork again, this cooperation. This is telling me this cooperation with the Mueller probe, and the Five of Swords. This is like. It's like betrayal. It is like theft. This person's getting away with these swords. So there's an aspect in what she's done. There's an aspect of betrayal for her father. She in some way has betrayed him or her brothers. I'm not sure, or both of them. And this homecoming for her. This is actually going to be. It's her idea of success. It's her idea of a reprieve. Ivanka is actually getting a reprieve. Now, if you go back to when Rudy Giuliano first came onto the scene representing Donald Trump, it was around the time that that Cohen was being investigated, and then the potential, obviously, for him to flip. And he was saying at that time, Mueller must keep away from Ivanka. The president won't tolerate him going anywhere near his daughter. Well, what in what context was that? Is it all right to go after the sons but not the daughter? Look, this is to do. We'll just ask: is this to do with the Mueller probe? Because that's what I'm seeing. And she is leaving the White House and going back to New York, and she's done this as a result of her children. Is she, or for her children, is she cooperating with the Mueller probe? Yeah, okay. Grief and anxiety. She's done it. This is her. This is what I saw before I started this reading, and it is directly in relation to prevent this grief and anxiety. Okay, the success for her is the cooperation, is the leaving of DC, and she's done it, as I said, for her children, and yeah, to avoid this grief and anxiety. So to me, this appears to be Mueller coming along. She's caught up in some way in the Mueller investigation or in some investigation, and she is getting out in the future, in the near future. Now, what does all this mean for Mr. Donald Trump? Let's just see if we can indeed tie this into that past reading regarding the loss that he will be feeling. Let's see. Okay. Does Donald Trump's daughter Ivanka let him down? Does Ivanka Trump let her father down by cooperating with the Mueller investigation? Does Ivanka betray? I guess let's call a spade a spade. Does Ivanka Trump betray her father? She's stepping out of line. She's stepping away from that family. Okay. Okay, the Queen of Cups. This is Ivanka Trump. And this is what she is to her father. She's a very, very important relationship. He has a very strong emotional connection to her. A very, very strong emotional connection to her. I mean, the Queen of Cups is this healing, nurturing support when you need it. She supports her father. He really looks to her for that supporting role and this nurturing role. They do that to one another. So, yeah, there's a very strong bond. And, you know, this is the Three of Cups is this friendship and circles of support. Again, indicating the closeness of the relationship. And the Four of Swords, as I said, you know, does Ivanka Trump betray her father? This is the card of, retreat, I guess. She is retreating, and this is going to have a really strong impact on him to the point where it's the thing that's going to, I wouldn't say break him, but emotionally it's going to cause him to retreat and need some time out. Okay, so it's going to be a really heavy impact on him. Okay, the Eight of Wands in the past position, this sort of thing's happening really quickly, and this is sort of indicating that this may all have occurred in the period between Mueller's last indictment and now. So we've sort of taken our eyes off the ball, but Mueller hasn't stopped investigating. We just stopped hearing about it. Manafort has been seeing Mueller, as I said, every second day for, you know, a number of months. What was Manafort sharing? What did Manafort know? What was that in relation to Ivanka Trump? Because I saw in my visions that nobody knows. It's airtight what she's done. It's all been behind closed doors. And yeah, okay, chaos. She had, upheaval. There's no. I mean, this is probably one of the worst cards in the deck. It's ruin and disgrace. I asked, had she betrayed her father? I mean, these cards can't be any clearer. Oh God, complete and painful endings. All right, that's enough validation for me. Ivanka Trump has, in some way, betrayed her father. most likely with the Mueller investigation. She's leaving Washington. He sees that anyway as a betrayal, but it's going to be heartbreaking for him, and it's also going to be contribute to his downfall and his ruin. That's an interesting reading. It's just been, I couldn't shake it from the time that I did the reading, yesterday's reading. I just couldn't shake it. So, you know, that there was more to that loss around Ivanka than I read in the reading yesterday. And this is what it's revealing. As I said, you can't get much stronger than ruin and disgrace and upheaval, and complete and painful endings in the same reading. And this is, look at this. This is around her. This is Ivanka Trump. Gosh. Okay. All right. So watch this space. When is this all going to happen? I'd say that it is happening now in terms of what she's deciding to do, what she's decided to do, how it will all unfold. My sense is that it won't happen. It is in the future. His ending is in the future, or his ruination, I guess. But as to when, it won't be before the midterms. This is after the midterms. Okay, I'm getting December, January, February, 6 months. Over and during the next 6 months is what I'm hearing. So post midterms, this will all take effect. This will all roll out. Yeah. Okay, viewers, that's the reading. I'm glad I did it. Now I won't have to. Now I can let it go, and hand it over to you, the viewers. Thank you.